That's right inside. 20 inches.
Where's 2 feet get us?
One right here. But
so
we can.
I think that VersaBend can only do 20
Yeah,
inches.
it can.
So we should be able to make that panel in one.
And then
make it.
we'll make a third one
panel.
from there down. Yeah, this one will just be a little longer, like 16. Shouldn't be that big of a deal.
No.
Are we live? Okay.
Your mic tech turned off?
Mine should be. So,
Yep.
Yeah. So we're live here in Eastwood Garage. Cody's working on his 67 Camaro. A while back on a live, we got stalled for a little while due to office and studio renovations, garage renovations. But we had made that piece with the VersaBend and the Shrinker stretcher.
And our electric shears.
Slightly. Yeah. So we're going to show you how to use these tools. We're going to keep going.
Yep, so we're going to make this next 20-inch section. I already got a piece of steel marked out to cut. We'll put a 90 in it with the VersaBend. Cut this piece out with our air body saw.
And
then
show you how to
shrinking
get
and stretching to get this curve.
And if you notice, the roof bends this way and this way. So we'll have to use the shrinker stretcher in 2 directions.
Yep.
Both shrinking, both shrinking.
All right, so I guess you want to get that tape measure back out, Randy.
Okay.
I'll mark 20 inches.
Oh, we're off camera now. Oh, we're marking it up here?
Yeah. We can
Oh,
mark
we got to know
20
where we're
inches
starting
out
at.
over here. I'll cut this out with the body saw.
Maybe we should bend it a little bit around this shape.
Roughly.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Oh, you just want to know where you're going to be to cut.
Yeah, I want to know how much more to cut out in the shot. I don't want to cut out any more than I need to right now. Cool.
Yeah, we don't want to do too much work. Let's save some for next week so we have a reason not to do real work here. Hopefully no managers are watching this.
Body saw. Put a fresh blade in.
Yeah. Oh, and we're also, if you see cameraman Joe, of the live TIG welding demonstration fame, a lot of you probably know him from that.
I'm a legend, Randy.
So he's actually shooting this for a web series we have that should be coming out hopefully in December. It's going to be on this and the 66 Corvair you've seen in some other videos. So, yeah, so if you see Joe, that's what he's shooting for. And if you don't need me, I'm going to set up for Tuesday's live stream.
Okay.
If
cool.
you need me, holler.
Yeah.
I'm going to be right there.
I'll let you know if I need some help.
Wednesday's live stream. Wednesdays. I've been
Yeah,
doing
Wednesday
this for
you're doing a...
Wednesday's live stream is metal cutting tools. We're going to go over like shears, Beverly shear, our new straight cut shear, plasma cutter, snips.
We got a new throatless electric shear.
A new throatless electric shear, which I may be trying out for the first time. And then Thursday, I think I had said Tuesday, so if you were watching this, our live stream on Thursday is powder coating. So it's going to be chrome powder. We're going to show you how to do valve covers. We're going to show you what it looks like, what a color looks like over white as opposed to over chrome. So that's Thursday. I had said Tuesday, but it's actually Thursday, always at 3. And I'm going to start setting up for our other one.
Cool. So that's the top piece. Now I gotta figure out which spot welds still exist. And we'll have to drill them out. So I'm actually going to try and run the body saw just across underneath. Try and split the two panels.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're not shooting, don't block the camera. I want to go get some nuts and bolts. I don't know what happened to all the ones that bolt everything down.
Maybe someone in the World Wide Web can answer that question.
Hey, Joe, do you think you can grab me a shop vac? I got a lot of rust and, oh, look at this. Walnut. Look what I found.
You found
How that got in there, I don't know.
a mouse and a mouse was living up. Wow, that's part of a mouse nest actually, probably right there.
Yeah.
Oh, they got all kinds of stuff stuck in there.
It's a good thing this
Who
goes
would have thought you would have found rust on this car?
right onto the floor of the car.
Right through the floor of the car.
Do you want to reposition the camera while I'm going to cut that piece of metal?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, so now that we got that piece cut out, guys, we're going to make a 20-inch patch panel. We're going to bend it in our Versa bend, and then we're going to use a shrinker stretcher and get the contour correct. So let's get started with that.
Where are we going here? I'm gonna try to move the camera a little bit.
Come over to the table.
Oh man. Joe, what are you doing? Oh,
So hopefully you guys can see
there's
this.
some awesome stuff about to happen.
Ruler. Mark out 20 inches. Now the reason for the 20-inch patch is that's the max capacity of our VersaBend. If we had a wider break, we could go a little longer, but we're going to do it in these 20-inch sections so we can work with this tool.
Oh, Zachary Graham thinks you're boring,
Really?
but he seems to like me, I think. Yeah.
That's okay.
He said that one guy. Watch what I say here. We're live.
I'm having fun. Now we got our 1.5 wide piece. I've got 3/4 inch width marked out. Stick this in the VersaBend and bend it a 90.
What do I do with my safety glasses?
Great cameo, Randy.
Oh, sorry.
Now this VersaBend will bend up to 20 inches in 20 gauge and 18 gauge steel. It has a removable leaf also, so you can do joggles.
Which you saw in the. We had a video when we built a whole side of the truck bed. I think you probably might have been used there, or maybe that was the original truck bed.
I think that was actually the original.
The original bed. That's how it was developed.
That's going back.
All right, we got that done.
Take this out. There you have it. Nice uniform bend.
Tiffany? Lower. Good, Devin.
All right.
Marcus Rodriguez wants you to move your big head.
Did he say that?
Yeah, I'm sure I know who he's talking about. You're not talking about Cody.
So let's clean this flange up before we start laying this piece out. shop vac would be great. Now, one thing, before I weld these panels in, I'm going to have to take care of this pitted rust. So either like a fast etch or a rust encapsulator in there, where I can encapsulate the rust, and then I can also sand this back down to get a weldable surface. I actually think we show that in some other videos.
Yes.
Are you using internal frame coat at all?
Before I close it all up, I'm going to shoot some internal frame coating in here, just because you cannot get to that actual area from the backside.
Yeah.
So that'll be my last chance to clean this out.
Cool.
I think the big shear only bolts the other workbench. Not that this has anything to do with what we're doing right now.
Let's get this piece mopped up.
Where do the holes come from?
Those holes came from our pneumatic flange punch tool. It'll flange metal as well as punch metal.
Why'd you punch it?
I punched it to allow me to weld in these spots. So now I'll be able to do a plug or rosette weld
Okay.
in those spots. And then I'll have to stitch weld where it meets the windshield. The roof, I should say. Now that I got that situated, I want to hold this piece up. Get a good idea.
Yeah, Jess isn't really working out with this camera angle. You can stay there. I got to move this angle because you're in the way of every shot.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm,
Right?
in theory, if I'm getting the shot, that camera's not.
Randy, do you want to give me a hand with doing the shrinking and stretching of this piece?
I
I know
can
you're
try.
good
I haven't done it in a while. I'll set it up.
at it. Okay.
You wanna take it out? Or do some more?
I gotta make some marks here.
Okay.
He's actually shooting for a web series, so he's going to be in the way some, but we're going to try to work around that. Maybe find a smaller guy to operate the camera. Job,
You were an AV club, right?
Yeah.
really? I thought you were cool. Hey, do I hear myself somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can turn it down. Now, do you have any like witness marks or anything? How do you know where you're?
I'm looking at my lower edge here,
Gotcha.
along where the windshield is. Sliding that.
So just kind of like freeballing it,
Well,
eyeballing
it's
it.
not exactly in place yet.
Okay.
But for this, it's good there. So for this, what I should do though, now that I have it trimmed in, I should make a witness mark.
I'll keep you on track.
Hey Joe, maybe you should teach me how to do this sometime. So now the first thing we're going to do is get the contour along where the roof skin meets the frame. So we're actually going to be stretching this lower flange. We're going to stretch it so that way it'll pull the metal back towards the roof. And then after that, we're then going to stretch this top flange, and that's going to drop it down into the frame.
Yeah. So to make this bend on this piece, you actually bend this metal.
Yes.
You'll stretch this, and that'll force this way.
So So knowing that, with this piece there,
You're basically
We know we
straight
have to-
until out in here somewhere, right?
yeah, we know we have to really start stretching there, I would say.
Yeah,
And just start swinging it out.
sounds right to me. And we just keep checking.
Yep. So I'm just going to focus on this little area first. I'm going to do one group of stretches out, see where I am, and go from there. Those stitch weld magnets come in handy. Joe,
Yo.
have you seen a handle for the shrinker?
Yeah,
section?
there's 2 of them over here. I'll grab one.
I know.
I saw the one comment. It was like, that one guy's really hot. So I'm going to assume they're talking about me.
Steve, I apologize, my friend. I apologize.
You can't apologize for a man bun and skinny jeans. That's a choice you made. You know, you weren't born with that. You weren't born with a man bun and skinny jeans.
Well, you shouldn't apologize for what you're born with.
Yeah, so you weren't born with that.
So you do apologize for that then.
All
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
should
say is
apologize.
TGIF.
Where did that conversation go?
TGIF,
Don't ever
right?
say that. Hey, make sure. Okay, I'll try to move the camera some.
I don't think it's every shot.
Oh.
So we got that back in there. I definitely have to do some more. At that point, I mean, you can see already it pulled. I pulled that pretty quick.
You're almost.
I mean, I got this little belly. It's almost like I did 1 or 2 too many. Like I
Yeah.
should almost shrink once back. And
Yeah,
then
I'd probably
come,
shrink once right. Well,
and then maybe stretch there and there.
either that or start on the other one.
Start on the
and
other
see
one
what
and
happens.
see where it lands.
Yeah,
All right, so then,
it's a pretty big span
yeah,
here.
you don't need a lot to make big
You might wanna
changes here.
Okay.
Do you think I should start stretching there? I mean, if you look at this face.
Yeah. So what he's doing is it's basically touching to here. So he's going to make a mark there and then start. Make sure you make a different kind of mark than last time. Yeah,
I'm gonna
marking on
mark
that
up
side.
there, since that's actually the
Yeah.
piece that I'm going to work.
Yep.
I'm still stretching.
And it doesn't take much, especially with thinner metal like this.
See where that put us?
If you want, I mean, if you're not shooting this. Uh-oh. Were we off our mark?
No, this piece shifted just a little.
Wow.
Doesn't take much to move this large piece.
I would
I would think.
hit it a couple times right and like once there, up in here somewhere. Yeah, we're gonna be pretty close.
Yeah, what's interesting,
Oh,
since we're
let's
working
show
in
them.
the center,
Okay, Joe, grab the camera. So let's. So you can see. Oh, we're a little worse than I thought. So we're already about good halfway, and you can see out here I can get my thumb up, but
So what do you think? Maybe I should do one more hit right
Yeah.
there. So we're gonna.
and along the roof line's pretty good. There's a little gap here in the middle that might be able to just be bent,
Yeah.
or we can just stretch it back or shrink it back.
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna stretch this top piece then here, here, and there.
All right.
See what happens. You know, this is an interesting contour because the center of the car is here, essentially. So you're dealing with both sides.
Yeah,
You know, it's not like this one where it's just coming
just one
out.
curve. Did we actually go back over center? Uh-oh.
This is where you get in trouble.
Gotta stop leaning on the roof. It's a lot. You picked up about half the distance. I got my thumb in there before.
Okay, so it definitely needs more though.
Yeah, about the same spots probably. Just a
Maybe
little.
even a little more early.
Yeah, and probably a little less than you had done.
Yeah.
Do-do.
How many people watching?
How many?
100.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
If anybody has any questions or comments, you can post them, too, about what we're doing. We'll try to answer them. I'm trying to read something.
And you know, next weekend we'll actually be at Hershey.
Yes.
Eastwood Company is going.
Huge. One of the biggest shows in the country, the Hershey Swap Meet. We'll be there. We'll have a booth off, 4 or 5 days, Tuesday to Saturday. Uh-oh.
All right. One shrink, right there.
Might have went a little too far.
What live streams do we have next week?
Let's close. We've got a live stream on Wednesday on ways to cut metal, all the different kinds of shears, plasma cutters, snips. So if you're not sure what you should buy or use, Wednesday at 3 o'clock would be a good one to watch.
Where are we located?
Right here in Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
Steve wants to know.
Steve, we are in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, which used to be like the cruise capital of the East Coast. And then they shut that down a few years ago. Yep.
Womp, womp, womp.
We also have a store here. If you're near Pottstown, you want to come in. And you can even test out our products before you buy them.
Do we have other stores?
We have a store in Parma, Ohio, and a store in Alsip, Illinois, kind of near Chicago. I didn't add the S to the end. Do you think I should have? Illinois.
I think it's Illinois. I don't know. I've never been there.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been to Chicago a couple times. Well, I've been to Chicago Airport a couple times.
Cody's never been in a taxi cab.
Cody's never been in a taxi cab.
No.
We're sort of out in the country here. Uh-oh. Not looking any better.
It's got to be right there.
They probably can't see it. I could be like, that is perfect. We'll do that next time no matter what. I'll cover for
I like
you.
how I wrote an S, which could mean shrink or stretch.
Yeah. Well, at least you didn't do the wrong side like I did last time.
South Florida, Steve. You can just also hold that if you ever want to. One screw, it doesn't matter.
So close. One more.
Yeah, if this is your first time watching our live stream, usually we do demonstrations. We got multiple cameras set up. But today, we decided to try something different, just kind of like a bird's eye view.
Like fly on the wall type thing?
Yeah, and since we're shooting the web series, we thought maybe you guys would like to see some of the work that we actually do here for real, to know that we actually, not only do we sell all the restoration tools you need, we're actually restoring a car here, which is how some of these products get developed, like that perfect panel prep tool you saw earlier.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
I know. I mean, I still got to cut a few more
Yeah.
inches out of this too, so it's going to sit down a little more when I.
Yeah, I'd
Get
do
rid
that
of
and then
that.
see what it looks like.
Definitely have to.
Or our Contour SET, which came out yesterday. That was developed.
That's a pretty
that was
cool
developed
tool.
working on both these cars when they first arrived here. That is an Eastwood exclusive tool. It's a pretty serious tool. It's for removing paint, rust, body filler. You can even use it on your deck. We got shots using it to sand down a deck.
Have you
That's
done a
pretty cool.
Facebook Live on that tool yet?
No, we'll probably do a Facebook Live in a few weeks
Cool.
on it.
See how this fits.
Wow. That's just about perfect. I'd say finish cutting this out. You want me to mark it for you?
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd
You
be
got a
awesome.
marker?
Here's a Sharpie.
I got this enormous Sharpie.
What kind of car are we working on?
This is a 67 Camaro. Right here. Yeah.
What's left of a 67 Camaro?
But we want to thank AMD Sheet Metal, right?
Yes.
Auto Metal Direct.
We're going to be
That's
hanging
where
a
we
lot
got-
of AMD sheet metal on this car.
Already got the dash.
The cow's in.
And
Working on doors now.
yeah, the doors. You're going to see that pretty soon. Actually putting door skin on the first door.
And from there, we're going to be doing a floor, trunk floor, and then quarter panel.
Quarter panels, entire front end.
All right.
If you're from the Pottstown area, you may have seen this car setting down around, what, 401 and 100?
Yep.
So if you're from there and drove by it would have been last summer, though, when you bought it, right?
Yeah, I've had this car for about a year now.
Yeah. So if the summer 2015, you saw this beautiful car. I don't care how rusty it is. 67 Camaro is a beautiful car. Even the holes in the floor are beautiful.
Get a fresh blade.
Is there a way to get the marks out of the metal left by the shrinker stretcher?
I just put sand on. I replied. That's what I would. Yeah, if you're trying to get those marks out, you can just sand them with the little. We had one of them around.
Oh, so, yeah, you can use the marks.
Use one of these. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
And get different size abrasive discs on it. Start out with something fine, like an 80. Just hit it light. You'll get them out. Oh, I'm kind of following you around. What should I do? I noticed when I was trying to set up for our other live stream, and then I realized I'm just making a bunch of noise that nobody can hear. I could shut my mic off.
What do you think about that question?
Oh,
You have to read it out loud.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, Keith wants to know, why not just push it in place and tack it? Which is sort of, I mean,
that's sort of what we're going to do, but the biggest thing
Yeah.
right now, we got to cut this piece out.
yeah,
Just
we got
a little more.
to see how it fits. And honestly, with the shrinker and stretcher, it's pretty easy to make it close to perfect. So you might as well while you're doing it. And yes, but yeah, I mean, to tweak it, we will be able to just push it, tack it, tack it, and that'll be the final fit.
The other reason not to tack it right now is to actually address this rust before we weld it in.
What are we going to do there?
I'm thinking we're going to do rust encapsulator and internal frame coating.
Yeah, oh, are we? Internal frame coating.
I think I got a box over there if you want to show everyone.
Caleb wants to know what gauge
him a mic.
metal you're using to repair.
What are you using?
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I got a mic on.
I'm using 20 gauge. I'm actually using our aluminized sheet metal kit. So we give you a,
You're out of frame a little bit.
yeah, I know.
Who is?
So we give you a 12 by 24. We give you two 12 by 12s, and then we actually give you some 1-inch strips to use as doublers. We sell
And
that here.
This is internal frame coating, similar to our rust encapsulator. It's very thin. You take this nozzle off, you put this one on. It's got a hose that's about 2 feet long, and on the end of it, it's machined with a bunch of little tiny holes. So when you spray it, it'll come out in a fan pattern, like basically 360 degrees. So it was originally designed by Mark, who's designed a lot of our products, like home powder coating, which you're going to see next Thursday in a live video. But anyways, Mark developed this to go inside a frame. You just stick in any holes in the frame and pull the trigger, pull it back out. It dries fast, it's really thin and runny, so it'll get in everywhere. And but the great thing is about this internal frame coating, you can stick it in there and spray those areas. I just used it. I was doing a 40 Plymouth, and I actually used it on. It's a 4-door, and I actually used it on the B pillars.
Yeah.
Inside that little channel, I just stuffed it in a bunch of places, and and cleaned up that. You can use it in any.
We used it
any
in
way
this
you
A
can-
pillar.
Yeah, we
a
use
few
it in the
months
A pillar.
back. You know, that way, whenever you make a patch and you open up an area that you can clean, get all the rust out, now you can prevent it from getting any worse.
Yeah. So this is. Yeah, you get a couple cans of this when you're restoring a car. It'll really help you out.
All right, I'm
The
gonna
weekend
cut
we
this
worked
piece
on.
out.
Yeah.
You working on anything this week?
Not too close, Joe. All right, I think it's time for another blade.
Did you go back wider over here? Oh, okay. So, as you can see, we're working on a 67 Camaro. I got the 40 Plymouth I'm working on. Does anybody watching have any project cars? Anything cool? Like a 69 Camaro? Or a 40 Willys?
What are you doing in your
Or
car?
anything.
Yeah, or anything. Yeah, it can
We
be.
like all
It could be a
cars here at the
Mopar.
Eastwood Company.
Oh yeah. Well, we love all cars. No, we love people who work on cars.
Yes, we do.
Steve's doing the same thing on the 70 El Camino, apparently.
Nice. Get a fresh sanding disc, and then I'll clean up that last little piece.
Oh, wow. Steve's got a couple Jeeps and a boosted Fox body.
Nice. All sorts of different projects.
You're a Jeep man, aren't you?
Oh, he's got a Fox body.
We've got a Fox body. Yeah, I've had 6 Jeeps.
Hold on, who has a Fox body?
Steve.
Okay, we're gonna twirl around here in our garage. 66 Corvair and 89 Fox body. There it is. Just for you, Steve. I don't know if anybody has a Corvair.
Guy's doing a rear window on his 72 Chevelle.
Oh, so maybe some of this stuff will help these guys.
Yeah, all this stuff that we're doing here is applicable whenever you have any channels for rear windows, trunks.
I think James asking if you're keeping the bulletproof straight 6, leaving it factory, or upgrading to a custom motor.
I am planning to do a small block Chevy of some form. And then a manual transmission and probably a Ford 9-inch rear end.
Cool.
But first, the goal is to get the sheet metal all together. Get the car structurally sound. Go from there. So this is why you don't want to wait till the very end to change your sandpaper. Because it will
Show the camera.
attach itself to the backing pad. Give a screwdriver, Randy.
Yeah. Like a smaller screwdriver?
Yeah.
You can have your selection. Oh! Yeah. You gonna save this? Look at your steering column.
Yeah.
Yo! You can tell it was from the Philly area WMMR
93.3.
sticker from back in the day, probably, or from now.
That came with the car free of charge.
Hmm.
Or you can say the car came with that.
So the rocker panels are galvanized? Is that what that is?
Yeah, they're actually galvanized and they're in good shape.
Do you guys
The
know
inner
that? The rocker
rocker
panels are galvanized on these. I have a van and some of the stuff's galvanized, a 67 van and some of the stuff's galvanized.
Yeah, it's
The
weird.
only reason I
what
know is
and
because the
isn't.
paint's falling off, but I don't know why they did that. I mean, I know why they did it, but it just seems. I wonder why they only did the rockers. Like if they had some kind of fear. Does anybody out there know why the rocker panels on these first generation Camaros are galvanized?
Well, I believe
Huh.
There's
Well, I guess
actually
I
a
could just ask
drain.
Cody.
here, or the cowl actually ends up draining into the rocker somehow, and then there's a rear drain hole.
I'm
in
sure
the
they
bottom
would
of the
never
rocker.
get. I'm sure they would never get clogged up with leaves, dirt, rust, or mice.
And that's why you have to see that.
But
Ozstar on
yeah,
YouTube wants to know if we ever do shop tours. He lives in Delaware.
shop tours. Okay, they want to know if we ever do shop tours. We don't really do shop tours, but if you come up to our store and ask, they will give you a tour of the studio right here where we're filming and the stuff we're working on, and they'll let you test some. And if we're working, you can watch some of it, and they'll let you test some products. So you can kind of get a little tour of the studio, and there's a garage behind our store where you can test products too. So kind of yes.
And I believe we are getting back to doing demos.
Yes, and we're doing demos.
Instructions.
We haven't done them. If you used to come to the Pottstown store for demos, we didn't do them because of that whole remodeling I was talking about. But I think we're going to start off just doing them on the weekends now.
Okay.
So, yeah, so if you check in, our Pottstown store is a Facebook page. So if you look up Eastwood Pottstown Facebook, you'll probably find it with a schedule, or just call the store or check online.
And our Allsup and Parma store do demos as well.
Allsup in Parma, in Ohio, and near Chicago, they do demos, I think, all the time.
Yeah.
So if you're near there, you can do demos.
Yep.
Check it out. You know, you learn how to. I mean, they'll do powder coating, paint gun setup, welding, plasma cutting. You know, pretty much anything. And most of it's pretty simple once you try it out.
Which location are we at again?
We're in Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
Awesome. You guys got the shop vac for me? Thank you. All right, let's see how this thing fits now. Seriously? Quarter inch. I'm going to take it out of this.
Not quite perfect, or just a little long.
Just a little long. What?
This was actually a request. They said this is how we'll get viewers. Yeah.
I think you clogged the filter.
Yeah, not with brain cells though. It was hair.
Remember the other week when Joe used the plasma cutter?
Oh geez, I did something wrong. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, for you guys making fun of the camera guy, we had him using a plasma cutter. We had him using a plasma cutter, what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
I think we're there, basically.
That's about perfect. Yeah, we should, Joe, you want to
Sorry. Steve says that was great.
get that hair back in a bun? We need to get you one of them coverings. Get that hair back in a bun, get in here and get a close-up. No, I'll grab
Let's
a
get the
close-up.
red Sharpie.
I can do it. You worry about your hairdo.
You screwed up.
Oh, hold on. How does...
So to get this cut as close to being right as possible the first time, I'm going to take a Sharpie and essentially use it like a layout fluid and actually mark this whole backside.
Oh, I wasn't recording. Can you do that again? But oh.
That's why we don't mic Joe up.
He ran out of film. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a metal scribe and I'll be able to scribe this back edge.
Wait, let me try to get a shot in there so I can...
Dueling camera.
Although I think I'm stuck. Okay. Camera.
Forget the web series, right?
Yeah. So there you can see it's pretty much perfect there. And you just scribe and cut it off. And then the bottom lip.
Now the bottom lip's nice because it
Yeah.
just sits on the factory frame. So now I have my scribed edge, and then what I'm going to do is you can see I left a little bit of a lip on the roof skin. So then I'll just have to come back one Sharpie width at a time and then just trim or sand till it fits nicely within my cut. But this will give me a great starting point. And then these are our Eastwood offset tin snips. I like these because you can make a nice long cut without worrying about the handle getting in the way. We have these in straight left and right.
Yeah, I'll move the camera where you're at. Whoops. This is pretty exciting right here. If you've never seen snips used before, this is actually why they're left cut, because it pushes the metal off to the left side.
Red is left because it's shorter. and
Really?
left is shorter. Yeah, think about it. Green's longer, and right's longer.
The color green is longer?
Yeah, Green.
Yeah.
I don't think that's why they do it.
Are you making this up?
That's how I remember.
That's how Cody remembers. None of that was true. Do not.
What's your method for tying your shoes?
The rabbit goes into the hole and around the bush, and what's it? Or is that how you tie a tie?
Loop, swoop, and pull.
I can't tie a tie to this day.
Don't admit
Really?
that.
You can't tie a
Don't
tie?
admit that publicly.
Over, under, around, through. Over, under, around, through. That's all you have to remember.
No, are we talking a half Windsor or a full Windsor?
I only do half Windsors.
That's my glove. That's why you wear gloves while you work with these tools.
You know what we should do? We should get you a pair of Eastwood mechanics gloves while we're at it here.
The problem is, I don't have adult hands. They don't fit very well. Our gloves fit the average human being perfectly. I just happen to be slightly smaller.
That doesn't make me feel good about myself then. All right. Do we need the shop vacuum? I mean the wet dry vacuum anymore?
The Rockwood wet dry vacuum?
Yeah.
No, I think we're done with it. This is one heck of a forearm workout. I can't do this anymore.
You can whisper all you want. I don't hear you when you say it.
You have to embrace the pain. All right, we're getting somewhere. That's actually good. So I definitely have to take more off the whole thing.
So there's a question. What are we going to do about the studs that held it in place? You can see there's some little tacks, or if you're familiar with the cars, there's these little tacks in here. And we haven't planned for that yet, right?
Well, the plan is to develop a product to be able to reattach them.
Oh!
Mark has the same issue.
In the Corvair.
Plan, we're going to figure out a way to do it with
Yeah.
either.
So you're going to see you might see a product get developed just for this as you're watching us restore the car.
Because we're not the only people with that problem.
That's pretty cool.
I believe MagnaSpot makes a way to attach the trim studs,
Yeah.
but you can't get the large spot weld gun everywhere that you need them.
in those little areas.
Yeah. So we're going to make an attachment of some form to be able to get those on.
Awesome.
So now, sand this to fit the last little bit. see how this fits now. I actually think I need to make an additional stretch. Are we going to be Insta-famous?
We are.
Awesome. So we're going to do a little stretch right there.
If we get enough done, are we gonna have to celebrate?
I can't celebrate tonight.
Ah. Jeez. I'll celebrate for you.
Thank you. So we're good there. Just definitely need to take more off here. I actually think I need to do a little stretch right there. Get that end to kick down. Like if I hold it there in the middle,
Oh yeah.
definitely sits a lot nicer throughout
Until right
there. So if
So
I just hit
it's
it
just
once,
up in the air a little bit there, so you're just gonna stretch it to pull it down a little bit.
I'll go for one more. Do you think, Randy? Much better.
It wasn't that long ago in the video I said it was perfect, so. Now it's not perfect. The odds are the people have not been watching for 40 minutes, so they forget the part where I said it was perfect. So I just told them.
I just need to cut some more off still. Don't do that.
Yeah, we probably want to weld something in before we cut any more out.
I would think so. Yeah,
So that doesn't
that doesn't
happen.
move any further.
Because we didn't need a roof, or you didn't need a roof.
The roof's perfect.
Yeah. It was like the only
It's
panel.
just got that one rust spot.
Yeah, which isn't that bad.
No. Hit that with some fast touch. Be good to go.
Hey, Cody.
Yes.
Remember when you were talking about these snips earlier? Do you know how I remember left and right cut? The left cut has an L on it, and the right cut has a green.
That's one of the features of the Eastwood tin snips.
Yeah.
Not every brands have that.
I just saw that.
But they have that color?
What, red and green? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means I don't have to remember that green means go, and a lot of times you can make a right turn on a green. So right turn, green.
You can always
Green
make a
cut,
right turn
right-
on a green, Randy.
Right? Yeah, that's how I remember.
Because you can always make
You can
a
make a right turn
green.
on green on a green light. Green cuts, right cut.
I also, if I'm not mistaken, it has to do with navigational buoys.
You should,
Port and starboard.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on a boat. Yeah, I've been on the water before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then there's always the, you know what I mean? Port is red, left. Starboard's longer, green, right.
Starboard's longer?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a part of the boat.
No, well, it's left and right.
How's one longer? Starboard.
It's written longer.
Oh.
It's this whole, it's a longer word.
Everything's based on length.
It takes me some time.
Now you weld this in, you're going to want to weld down in here because you're going to grind an awful lot of that weld.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, it might be a good idea is to use that panel prep tool.
Oh,
like this.
This gets chrome trim over it, right?
Yes.
Camaro has, if I remember, Camaro has a chrome trim
It
the
does
whole way
have
around.
chrome trim around the whole thing. They do make one-piece windshields for these now with a modern rubber gasket. If
yeah.
you want to convert them, they're about $800 though, so I don't know if I'm going for that. The windshield that I have for this that does fit
Yeah.
is not that. It's a traditional windshield.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
put
you have
your
to use that.
adhesive, your window weld.
Yeah.
Go from there.
Okay.
It's close.
So you just need a good weld to hold it in place because
Yeah.
it's
and then
going to get covered
You
with
want it
trim.
to look as clean as
Yeah.
possible.
Okay. Okay.
I might actually clean this up a little more. Hoping there's good metal somewhere. Oh. You know what, Randy? I think I gotta weld this corner piece in before I get this in place. I think without setting the height of this roof skin with this corner, I shouldn't even try and weld this in.
So you're going to weld that corner in first.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get too much cut out and lose the shape of the roof.
Yeah, I don't want to start adjusting this and end up pulling this down too much.
It shouldn't move as much.
Because I know this fit when I had the existing piece in.
So does that
That's
mean
one of the reasons why you, like, if you work, Mark actually told me this the other day, if you work from the outside in and you use what you have from the factory, you're helping yourself because you know this was correct, what it should be. Because you have a saw curve,
Yeah.
you have the thickness of the blade that you're going to take out, so it's not like you can use your original as a template.
Yeah.
you can't make a template with the piece in there.
Mm-hmm.
So by doing it in sections like this, I should.
So what should we
myself.
do? Internal frame coat inside?
Yeah, just clean up, do some internal frame coat, and then if I can tack this piece on,
So that'll probably be it for today.
that's probably it for today. I don't know.
All
what
right,
time
so we're
it
probably
is.
just going to do internal frame coat, which if you didn't see it earlier, we'll show it to you now. And should we blow this out with a blow nozzle?
Do you have a blow nozzle?
Yes, we have a blow nozzle. And then if you haven't seen our live streams before, this is the first time. Am I on camera? if you haven't seen them before, typically we do a demonstration. So we'll just have somebody here, and we're going to show you the basics of MIG welding, advanced MIG welding techniques, how to weld sheet metal, TIG welding, powder coating, whatever it is,
Done.
plasma cutting.
Painting rust.
Yeah, we've done rust
chassis
solutions.
blacks.
So we'll actually do a
Brakes.
demonstration on how to do that, maybe how to make a floor pan, and then you can ask questions as we go. This is the first time we've tried this method of just letting you watch as we do the work. So if you like it, you can let us know. If not, tune in on Wednesdays when we do like a real demonstration, so then you'll see something completely different. So anyways, let's blow it out and just grab the internal frame coat.
Surprised I caught that. One thing, do you have any pre?
Yeah, we got
It would be good to,
the pre-paint prep.
yeah, we saw a product called pre-painting prep. It's perfect for prepping all of your parts for paint. It's a solvent that won't attack any existing coatings that's on there. So, and maybe, Joe, could you get me a shop rag? This will just help adhesion.
Nah, that's pretty good. Grab the white one. There's a white one sitting next to the box. Yeah, the white one will work. That should. Possibly for
We
this.
sell this in an aerosol, a quart and a gallon.
Unless that rips.
That'll work.
Yeah, pre's available. And we have a low VOC formula.
Yep. The low VOC is also great for prepping metal for welding. It's acetone, so you don't have to worry about any of the chemicals, and it flashes very quickly.
What?
You're gonna break it.
I'm not gonna break it.
Can't.
What about holding the camera steady?
I can do that.
It's pretty well shaken up.
If you've seen
Yeah.
my TIG
So,
video, you know I can hold
hold
it
on.
steady.
So, internal frame coating we weren't watching earlier, similar to our rust encapsulator. 2-foot hose with a nozzle on the end that shoots the paint everywhere.
Heavy.
So, originally designed for inside of frames, which you see it uses all the time, and especially like if you're an off-road, not only restoration, but if you're an off-road guy,
Yeah.
it's great the way frames rust out today. You can, get a couple cans, spray it all through your frame, any hole in the frame.
Jeeps
but-
and Tacomas, they're notorious with their
For-
box frames for
yeah.
rusting out.
So
So
it's great for
eliminate that.
even new cars, not only restorations. And then, like we said, we sprayed it in the A-pillars earlier because you can't get in there. There's some rust. So blow them out, spray some pre-paint prep, and just hit these with internal frame coatings. Any B-pillars, if you got a 4-door, even if there's any spots inside there where, in some of these panels, you just spray it down in there. So,
We
anyways,
also offer this nozzle with our heavy-duty anti-rust. So if
okay.
you're going for a more traditional wax-like coating, you
Yeah.
can use this nozzle and get into those same areas with that. We offer this also in black and green. Did you say that already?
Yeah, it was good.
So now you will see it run a little, which is okay. We'll be able to clean that up with some pre. Not worried about that.
How deep do you want to go with it?
Well, that only goes back a few inches.
Yeah, this only goes back about 6 inches before it.
Yeah, this is only
Comes up
back
with
to
the
about
roof skin.
here, but it curls around and it pretty much just about touches the roof. You can't even get your fingers in there.
Maybe let that sit for a minute or two and then do another coat.
Yeah. And then when you're done, you can just take that nozzle off,
Reattach it to the
hook
pre.
it to a can of pre, and spray the nozzle, and take this off, and put that nozzle in the pre, and just spray it like into a trash can. Or follow your local township standards for removal of chemicals. And stuff dries really quick. But anyways, yeah, just spray it through it, and then you can keep the nozzle so you can use it next time. If you don't, it is going to harden up in it.
Dispose of contents and container in accordance with applicable regulations.
Yeah. You know, let's keep this world safe for our children.
Yes.
That's what it should say.
I definitely have a few spots that need some more.
Covered pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, you can see it coming through the pinhole.
A rust hole?
Yeah. Yeah, if this stuff was structural, I'd just be able to fill in that. All right, and we're going to make sure this doesn't hit our floor.
Look, Dad, I'm a real boy.
So a couple people were asking about it affecting your welds.
So
But-
in the areas where I'm actually going to do the plug welds, I'm going to grind back down.
Yeah.
And if any did get into the pits, that's actually a good thing. Very similar to a rust encapsulator. It can sit in that pitted metal, seal
Yeah.
off and encapsulate the rust, and it's not going to affect the weld quality. What we would do, you can hit this area then with a weld-through primer if you needed to. This is going to be sealed off pretty good, so you really don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But let's get this piece tacked in.
And make sure you wear safety equipment too. We didn't because we're talking on camera, but you should have something on. Oh, and some people were asking about the this. This is going to be sanded down.
Yeah.
This was
This is our no weld panel adhesive.
we should probably
This
show
is
that.
actually a structural adhesive.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, you can see it.
So I use that similar to like what the factory would use as a seam sealer, but what I'll be able to body work this
Yeah.
then because it does harden. While it does have enough flexibility, so this will move.
Yeah. So it's
But-
a would you say it was a panel
It's a
adhesive?
two-part epoxy.
Yeah. So that's just going to get sanded down. We just haven't got
This will
that
get
far.
sanded down and blended.
All right, so
So I'm just going to hit this with the sander real quick, and then we can put that corner in. Actually, yeah, I mean, just in there.
put that
Get
corner
that
in
tacked
quick.
in. Yeah, if you
With
want
the
to get the
MiG
MiG
175?
175 set up, that'd be great. We might want to let that dry actually for a few minutes
Yeah.
before we start welding to it.
Yeah, because it's not completely dry yet.
No.
Yeah, well, we can wait to do that. But well, is that it now, basically?
Did we answer everybody's question throughout the?
So if you're just tuning in, you can watch this recorded on YouTube and Facebook, and you'll see how we made this channel. That's going to fit in Oh. I don't know how to fit in there.
That'll fit in like that. And then this will fit in.
So, yeah. So as you can see, it bends this way and this way. So you can see how in a few minutes Cody was able to just shape that. And you haven't used the shrinker stretcher a whole lot.
No.
Like basically to make that piece and this piece.
And then this week I've done a couple pieces here and there for the door.
So it's that easy. It's not like this is, you need years of practice.
We've got over 1,000 videos you can watch too.
Yeah.
And I'm sure quite a few have the shrinker stretcher in them.
Yeah.
Because they're great. We even have some Ron Cavell stuff showing.
Yeah, and it's, you don't, if you get one of those, you'll be amazed. The first time out, you might make a little mistake, but you can fix it, and you learn pretty quick. And it's basically the only way to make this piece. So, well, I guess we'll probably sign off then.
Yep. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Yeah, so if you're into these style of videos on Fridays, we're going to try to keep doing them. If not, like I said, usually every Wednesday we should do welding and metal fab. So check in Wednesday, 3 o'clock Eastern time for those videos. And we usually try to also do either a Tuesday or a Thursday at 3 o'clock, which is some other, maybe a tip, how to use a product. So, yeah, so if you want to learn how to do a lot of metal fab or welding, Wednesday at 3 is your day. So, well, thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Take it easy.
Care.